Hello, Singapore.
Lovely viewers, gather around because what I'm about to share will stir your hearts and leave you on the edge of your seats. If you've been following the ongoing saga of Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo, you know that every glimpse into their personal lives seems to unfold like a scene from a K-drama. And now, there's a confession from Lee Min-ho that's gone viral and left fans in absolute shock. It all started late last night when a snippet of Lee Min-ho's latest interview began circulating online. In it, he spoke softly, almost hesitantly, about Hye Kyo. But what made this moment unforgettable was the way he phrased it. Incomplete. Fans immediately picked up on the subtle nuance, sensing that there was more in his heart than he could openly express. Imagine watching your favorite actor, usually so poised and confident, speak about someone he clearly holds dear, yet leaving his words hanging in the air, like a delicate chord that hasn't fully resolved. Social media erupted almost instantly. Fans began dissecting every syllable, every glance, and every pause. Some believe that Lee Min-ho's incomplete confession hints at lingering emotions from before their marriage, or perhaps an unspoken promise between him and Hye Kyo. Others suggest it might be about the challenges they faced in their public lives, the weight of fame, and the scrutiny that has made any expression of love feel restrained. Many of you watching this may be wondering, what exactly did he say? Well, in his own words, he described a feeling of longing, a kind of love that feels unfinished, even when life seems perfect on the surface. There are moments, he said, where words fail to capture what the heart knows. Pause for a second and let that sink in. Doesn't it feel like something out of a romantic drama that tugs at the heartstrings of anyone who's ever loved and lost or loved silently? Fans on Twitter and Instagram were quick to respond, flooding his posts with theories, fan art, and emotional messages. Some speculated that Lee Min-ho might be hinting at a heartfelt apology or an acknowledgement of moments in the past that he wishes had been different. Others think it could be a reflection of the pressures of public life, where even a genuine confession can never be fully complete when shared under the spotlight. Now, here's where things get even more intriguing. A few insiders suggest that Hye Kyo might have actually seen this interview before it went public. If true, it would mean that she understands the depths of his emotions, even those that remain unspoken. Imagine the quiet moments between them, when words are not necessary, and yet the emotion is palpable. This incomplete confession could actually be a bridge, a connection that only they truly understand. For those of you imagining this scene, picture Lee Min-ho, sitting in a serene, softly lit room. His voice gentle, carrying a vulnerability rarely shown. The way he hesitates, the way he almost smiles but doesn't, the subtle tension in his eyes. It all tells a story of love, of regret, and of hope. And isn't that what makes watching these moments so intoxicating? The mixture of joy and sorrow, the reality behind the glamour, the heart that feels even when words cannot fully express it. What makes this confession even more interactive is how fans are responding. You can't just watch this unfold. You feel compelled to weigh in, to imagine what might have happened behind closed doors. Could this incomplete feeling be Lee Min-ho's way of expressing gratitude, or is it a silent admission of what he lost and what he hopes to regain? The conversation online has become a communal experience, with viewers sharing theories, emotional reactions, and even personal stories of love and longing that mirror his words. And then, as if adding another layer to this emotional puzzle, some fans have noted subtle references to shared memories between Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo in the phrasing of his confession. Tiny details, like mentioning a quiet morning or a fleeting smile, have led viewers to speculate about the intimate moments that the public rarely sees. Could this be a hint that his incomplete confession is actually a call to relive or reconcile those hidden memories? The ambiguity is tantalizing, and it keeps everyone glued to every clip, every post, every word. What's truly remarkable here is how this moment transcends celebrity gossip. It touches something universal, the feeling of wanting to express love fully but being constrained by circumstances, the sense of incompleteness that can linger even in a seemingly perfect relationship. Lee Min-ho's confession resonates because it reflects a truth we've all felt at one point or another, a vulnerability that is both relatable and heart-wrenching. And let's not forget the power of this confession in the wider context of their fans' journey. Fans have followed every step of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo's story for years, through rumors, public appearances, and even the occasional misstep. This confession feels like a rare glimpse behind the curtain, a peek at the raw emotion that drives their connection. It's as if we're being invited to witness a secret, a moment of truth that is deeply human and profoundly moving. So here's where I want you, lovely viewers, to pause and reflect. How do you interpret Lee Min-ho's incomplete confession? Is it a sign of enduring love, a gentle apology, or perhaps a reflection of the challenges that come with a life lived so publicly? And more importantly, how do you think Song Hye Kyo might feel after hearing such words? The beauty of moments like this is that they spark conversation, imagination, and even empathy, allowing all of us to connect on a deeply emotional level. The story doesn't end here, though. Every day brings new reactions, new discussions, and even new pieces of insight into what this confession truly means. Fans continue to share, debate, and dream about the implications. Some hope it leads to a public acknowledgement of their feelings, while others cherish the subtlety, the quiet power of what is said and unsaid. Either way, it's a reminder of why we all love watching these moments unfold. The emotions, the humanity, and the timeless connection between two people who have captured the world's attention. So, lovely viewers, I want you to think about this. If you were in Song Hye Kyo's shoes, hearing Lee Min-ho speak with such vulnerability, how would your heart respond? Would you smile softly, feel a tear, or simply hold that moment close in silence? That is the beauty of an incomplete confession. It leaves space for imagination, for feeling, and for hope. This moment reminds us that love isn't always neat or fully articulated. Sometimes, it's a series of gestures, pauses, and fleeting words that carry the weight of 1,000 emotions. Lee Min-ho's confession is a testament to that. A reminder that even in the world of fame and spectacle, the human heart can be complex, tender, and achingly real. Lovely viewers, I'll be keeping a close eye on how this story develops. Every glance, every interview, and every subtle word could add another layer to this emotional journey. And I promise you'll be the first to hear all the updates, the theories, and the behind-the-scenes insights. After all, who doesn't want to witness the unfolding story of two hearts navigating love, fame, and the beautifully incomplete moments in between? Now, as we imagine Song Hye Kyo processing this confession, think about the vulnerability it requires to witness someone you care for reveal even a fraction of their emotions. For fans who have admired their connection from afar, it's a poignant reminder that love, even at the highest levels of fame, is messy, layered, and deeply human. Some of you might relate to that feeling, the struggle of wanting to express everything but knowing that words are never enough. This is the very reason Lee Min-ho's choice of incomplete strikes such a chord. It's a word that doesn't close the story. It opens it, leaving room for interpretation, hope, and connection. And it's not just about Lee Min-ho or Song Hye Kyo individually. It's about the space they create together. This confession, though partial, invites us into that space. It reminds us that relationships aren't always about grand gestures or dramatic declarations. Sometimes, it's in the small moments, the fleeting glances, the words left unsaid, and the understanding that flows between two people who know each other intimately. It's a universal truth. Love is often incomplete, and that incompleteness is what makes it feel alive. Fans from all over the world have been sharing how this moment resonates with their own experiences. Some write about long-distance relationships, unspoken feelings, or reconnecting with someone from their past. Others reflect on the challenge of expressing love fully in a world that often demands perfection and clarity. And that's where this confession becomes more than celebrity news. It becomes a mirror for all of us. It invites empathy and self-reflection, encouraging viewers to think about their own relationships and the moments where words failed, but feelings remained undeniable. Meanwhile, online communities have been buzzing with subtle details in Lee Min-ho's interview. Observant fans point out his pauses, his choice of tone, even the way his eyes soften when he mentions certain memories. Every gesture becomes a piece of a larger puzzle, and each interpretation adds a layer to the emotional landscape surrounding this confession. The beauty is, there is no single right reading. Every fan, every viewer can connect with it in a unique and personal way. In imagining Song Hye Kyo's response, we can think about the quiet power of acknowledgement. Sometimes, a simple nod, a soft smile, or a shared memory can communicate more than any full confession ever could. It's inclusive because it shows that relationships, emotions, and even celebrity narratives are not linear or complete. They are dynamic, evolving, and open to interpretation. In this way, Lee Min-ho's words speak to all of us, reminding us that love doesn't need to be perfectly articulated to be deeply felt. And there's something profoundly encouraging about witnessing a public figure like Lee Min-ho embrace vulnerability. In a culture where fame often demands perfection and emotional restraint, seeing him admit to something incomplete normalizes the experience of imperfection in love. It shows that it's okay to feel unresolved emotions, to pause, to hesitate, and still carry sincerity in your heart. This is a message that transcends borders, languages, and cultures, touching viewers across the globe. Lovely viewers, imagine the ripple effect of this confession on their fans' community. It sparks conversations, shared experiences, and reflections on our own lives. People write heartfelt comments, create art inspired by the emotion of that moment, and even reach out to loved ones to express feelings that were previously unspoken. It's a testament to how a single, authentic moment can connect thousands of hearts, a reminder that vulnerability is contagious in the most beautiful way. Even as we speculate on the next chapters of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo's story, the incomplete confession remains a timeless moment. It reminds us that love isn't always about grand conclusions or neatly wrapped endings. Sometimes it's about the ongoing journey, the shared glances, and the quiet understanding that exists between two hearts. That incompleteness is not a flaw. It's a living, breathing part of love's essence. So, lovely viewers, as we continue to follow every development, every subtle glance, and every word exchanged between Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo, let's carry a little of that lesson into our own lives. Let's honor our own incomplete confessions, recognize the depth of unspoken feelings, and embrace the beauty of connections that don't need to be fully articulated to be profoundly meaningful. And here's something to think about while you reflect on this. What would your own incomplete confession look like if you had the courage to speak it today? Would it be a word, a glance, a gesture, or just a quiet understanding shared with someone who matters most? That is the power of what Lee Min-ho has done. He reminds us that love is felt, first and foremost, in the heart, even if the words remain unfinished. From the moment the snippet of Lee Min-ho's interview went viral, fans flooded social media with reactions that ranged from joy and hope to nostalgia and even tears. People shared personal interpretations of what he meant, often drawing on their own experiences with love, longing, or unresolved feelings. It became immediately clear that this incomplete confession wasn't just resonating with fans of the couple. It was touching something deeply human that anyone could relate to. The vulnerability, the uncertainty, and the quiet yearning that comes with any meaningful connection. On Instagram, fans created digital art inspired by the moment. Illustrations of Lee Min-ho looking contemplative, sketches of imagined interactions between him and Song Hye Kyo, and even conceptual art capturing the idea of incomplete love in abstract forms. These pieces became small universes of emotion, each artist interpreting the confession in a way that spoke to their own hearts. TikTok saw a surge of videos, where creators would pair clips of the interview with soft, emotional music, some adding subtitles reflecting their own feelings about unspoken love, missed opportunities, or tender memories. It was more than just admiration for a celebrity. It was a collective processing of emotion, an acknowledgement that some feelings don't need full expression to be powerful. Meanwhile, fan discussions on Twitter exploded. Threads analyzing his tone, his pauses, and even the subtle gestures during the interview went viral. Some fans noticed the gentle inflection in his voice when he said, "incomplete," interpreting it as a sign of lingering affection, not just a casual remark. Others speculated that the confession reflected the pressures of their public lives, the constraints of fame, the invasive scrutiny of the media, and the need to maintain composure in front of millions of eyes. These fans expressed empathy, highlighting how difficult it must be to navigate love under such intense observation, and how every word, even incomplete, carries immense weight. And then there were the personal stories shared by fans in response to the confession. Many wrote about their own incomplete feelings, loves they could never fully express, apologies that were never spoken, relationships that ended without closure. Comments poured in. "This feels like something I felt but never said. I know that Hye Kyo's describing. It's incredible how his words resonate with my life." Across continents, from Asia to Europe to the Americas, people were connecting their own emotions to this single, vulnerable moment. Lee Min-ho's confession had become a mirror, reflecting the complexities and raw beauty of love in all its imperfect, unfinished forms. Fan communities also began creating supportive spaces around the confession. Online forums and private groups dedicated hours to discussions, not just about Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo, but about the themes of vulnerability, honesty, and emotional courage. They encouraged each other to embrace their own feelings, to reach out to loved ones, and even to share their own incomplete confessions safely. In this way, a simple celebrity interview became a catalyst for empathy and emotional growth, turning fans into participants in a shared human experience. Another fascinating development has been the way fans are imagining Song Hye Kyo's response. Many believe that she might already understand the depth behind his words, even if it's unspoken publicly. Some fans envision quiet, intimate moments where they exchange glances that communicate more than any complete sentence ever could. Others imagine her smiling softly at the thought of his vulnerability, knowing the courage it took to admit even a fraction of what he truly feels. In these imagined scenarios, fans explore the subtlety of love, the way it lives in gestures, silences, and moments that the public rarely sees. It's a celebration of intimacy that doesn't require words, yet resonates profoundly with everyone watching. And beyond the fans, this confession has sparked conversations about the nature of emotional honesty itself. Psychologists and relationship experts commenting online pointed out that admitting an incomplete feeling is, in many ways, more genuine than offering a polished, fully formed statement. It's raw, imperfect, and human, a reminder that love and vulnerability are not about perfection but about authenticity. It's a lesson that transcends celebrity culture, showing all of us that it's okay to acknowledge what we feel even if we can't fully articulate it. In fact, the way Lee Min-ho framed his confession has inspired viewers to reflect on their own relationships. Some are reconsidering unresolved feelings, thinking about loved ones they've neglected, or reaching out to express emotions they've kept hidden. It's a ripple effect. One small, genuine act of emotional courage has sparked thousands of acts of self-reflection and connection worldwide. Fans have shared heartfelt messages like, "I called my best friend today and told them how much they mean to me because of this," or "I wrote a letter to someone I love, even if I never send it, because I realize that incomplete feelings are still valid." The impact is as much about the viewers as it is about the celebrities involved. And here's where it gets even more inclusive. This moment bridges cultures, languages, and experiences. People from different walks of life, teenagers navigating first loves, adults revisiting old relationships, couples reflecting on their journey, all find something to relate to in the idea of an incomplete confession. It transcends the fame of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo and becomes a meditation on universal human experience. The desire to communicate love, the courage to be vulnerable, and the acceptance that not everything needs to be resolved immediately. Lovely viewers, this confession also sparks a sense of hope. The word incomplete doesn't signal failure. It signals possibility. There's an openness, a space for growth, understanding, and continued connection. It's a reminder that love is not static. It evolves, adapts, and sometimes leaves room for surprises. For fans, this means that the story isn't over. It's ongoing, alive, and unfolding in real time. Every glance, every gesture, every soft word could add a new chapter to what is already a profoundly moving narrative. And as we continue to witness these moments, it's important to recognize the inclusivity of emotion here. Love, vulnerability, longing, regret, hope. These are feelings everyone experiences, regardless of culture, age, or background. Lee Min-ho's confession becomes a shared experience not because of his celebrity status, but because of the universality of what he expressed. Fans everywhere can see themselves in that hesitancy, that gentle admission, and that unspoken depth of feeling. It reminds us all that our emotions are valid, even when we can't fully articulate them.